This is an interesting book because it's unique. It tells a story, an overcoming story about the first woman to stand on top of the world.
Yeah, so this is a picture book biography of Junko Tabei, the first woman to climb Mount Everest. And on her journey throughout her life, she had to overcome having a small size, being sick as a child, and then people not believing that she could do all the things she wanted to do because she was a woman. She overcame those obstacles and then made it to the mountain and had to overcome physical obstacles like an avalanche and an icy ridge that she hadn't planned for on her way to the top.
And Elyssa, we're a English teacher, right? Middle school?
Yeah, I taught middle school English to speakers of other languages for 7 years.
So you had a lot of, you learned on the job to be more culturally diverse?
Oh, for sure. I had students from all over the world in my classroom every year, and it was a lot of fun.
And there's action and excitement in them. I mean, it tells a story. If I recall correctly, the women had to apply for permission to climb, right?
Yeah, they had to get a permit.
And how hard was it for them to get a permit?
It was difficult. It took a lot of time, and they had to raise a lot of money as well to be able to get the permit to climb. And then once they had it, they still had to wait a fair amount of time before they could even go to the mountain. So,
and you
long
think,
process.
and if they were men, it would have been different to get the permit?
I think the permit wise, it might have been easier if they were men, but definitely her early years getting into climbing clubs and being accepted in climbing clubs, it would have been easier for her. Were she a man at that time?
And what motivated her to climb Everest in a different country?
So when she was 10 years old, her class took a class trip to the top of a mountain in her area. And as she climbed that mountain and made it to the top, she had a love of climbing mountains and never forgot kind of that feeling of being able to see the world below her and realizing it's bigger than what she knew. And as she continued to climb, she just continued to have bigger dreams that she kept working towards. So it's marketed mostly towards elementary age students, but really anyone can read the story and connect with it and be inspired by Junko's tenacity and perseverance. The illustrator is from Japan. She currently lives in France, and she was able to bring a lot of her knowledge of Japanese culture into the book. I can show you a picture, like with the school uniforms when Junko was a child, and the signs in Japanese as well.
There's a group out there, and I'm tagging it on this, called We Need Diverse Books. And this definitely qualifies. I think this is great because the world is larger than people realize. And thank you for bringing Junko's story to the Pickleball Librarian.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for taking the time to talk.
So, hey, check out Junko's climb, and it is definitely Pickleball Librarian approved.
My friend Corinne and her husband want to help educate 95 children in Nepal. $205 provides one student with a full year of school. Please see link in comments.